The last human became king of the galaxy, and every alien swore loyalty. For 5,000 years, every child in the galaxy learned the same lesson. Humans were extinct. Their civilization had vanished so completely that even their language had become a mystery. Ancient ruins scattered across. Forgotten star systems were the only proof they had ever existed. Historians called humanity the first dreamers. Warriors called them the impossible enemy. Scientists called them the lost civilization. But nobody truly knew who humans had been. Every record about them had disappeared. Every planet they once ruled had turned into silent graveyards. Even their homeworld, Earth, was considered cursed. No ship willingly traveled there. Ancient legends claimed that every expedition sent to Earth had either disappeared or returned completely insane. Some believed the planet itself was alive. Others believed humanity had left behind a weapon too dangerous for anyone to discover. Whatever the truth, the Galactic Council declared Earth permanently forbidden. No civilization was allowed to approach it. For 5,000 years, no one disobeyed. Far beyond the busiest trade routes, beyond explored space, a lonely blue planet silently circled its dying sun. The cities were gone. The oceans had swallowed entire continents. Skyscrapers had become mountains covered with forests. Nature had erased almost every sign that humanity had ever lived there. Almost. Nearly 3 kilometers beneath the ruins of old New York. A hidden facility still had power. Ancient lights suddenly flickered to life. Massive steel doors, sealed for 5,000 years, slowly unlocked. Warning sirens echoed through empty corridors. One by one, thousands of cryogenic chambers powered down forever. Most remained dark. Their occupants had died centuries ago. Only one chamber still showed a heartbeat. The frozen glass slowly melted away. A young man collapsed onto the cold floor. He gasped desperately, trying to breathe air for the first time in thousands of years. His vision blurred. His muscles refused to move. A calm artificial voice echoed through the chamber. Cryogenic subject 01. Status, alive. The young man slowly opened his eyes. My name, he struggled to remember. Then, like lightning, the memories returned. Ethan. My name is Ethan. He was only 19 years old. The last thing he remembered was running toward an underground shelter while explosions shook the sky. His mother had hugged him tightly. She smiled despite the tears running down her face. We'll wake you up when it's safe. That had been 5,000 years ago. The ancient AI inside the bunker spoke again. Welcome back, Ethan. He looked around the empty room. Where is everyone? Silence. The computer answered. No survivors detected. His heartbeat stopped. What? All personnel deceased. Estimated extinction event. 5,012 years ago. Ethan slowly shook his head. No, that's impossible. My parents, my friends, my city. The AI projected a hologram of Earth. Dead cities, broken satellites, collapsed continents. There was no war anymore. Only silence. Tears slowly filled Ethan's eyes. He had slept through history. Everyone he had ever loved, everyone he had ever known, was gone, and somehow he had become the last human alive. Hours passed. The bunker revealed everything it knew. Humanity had not lost because it was weak. It had sacrificed itself. An unknown cosmic threat had appeared without warning. Rather than allowing the enemy to spread across the galaxy, humanity activated something called the Genesis Shield. The weapon destroyed the invading force, but at an unimaginable cost. Every human colony lost contact. Civilization collapsed overnight. No one knew whether a few survivors escaped. The bunker had received no transmissions for 5,000 years. Which meant, as far as anyone knew, Ethan was truly alone. He wandered through the silent halls. Children's drawings still hung on faded walls. Coffee cups remained untouched beside dusty computers. Old family photographs covered forgotten desks. It felt as though everyone had simply stood up and never returned. Inside one small office, he found a picture of his own family. His father smiled proudly. His little sister held his hand. His mother stood behind them. On the back, someone had written, "No matter what happens, humanity always finds a way." Ethan quietly closed his eyes. "I hope you're right." Outside, a violent storm rolled across the empty world. For the first time in 5,000 years, a human being stepped onto the surface of Earth. The wind howled through ruined skyscrapers. Grass covered abandoned highways. Animals roamed freely through cities once filled with millions of people. Earth no longer belonged to humanity. It belonged to time. Ethan looked toward the stars. "So, I'm really the last one." The silence answered him. Unknown to Ethan, a small exploration drone hidden behind the moon detected movement on Earth's surface. Its ancient sensors immediately activated. The signal traveled faster than light across the galaxy. Millions of light years away, inside the Galactic Council, every warning alarm suddenly activated. A holographic message appeared. "Unauthorized life form detected on Earth." Council members stared in confusion. One elderly emperor frowned. "Impossible. No living organism larger than bacteria has ever been detected there." The AI repeated the message. "Biological identification. Processing. Processing. Processing." Then, the impossible appeared. "Species identified, human." The council chamber fell completely silent. One emperor slowly stood. "Run the scan again." "It must be corrupted." The computer scanned Earth 6 more times. Each result was identical. One human life form confirmed. 5,000 years after humanity disappeared. The last human had just been found. No one spoke. For several long seconds, the Grand Council chamber became completely silent. The oldest emperor in the galaxy slowly stood from his throne. His silver armor reflected the stars outside the enormous windows. His voice was barely a whisper. "Confirm the DNA." The central computer immediately obeyed. Millions of biological records were compared. Ancient human fossils, recovered blood samples, 5,000-year-old military databases. Every result reached the same conclusion. DNA match, 99.998%. Species confirmed human. A wave of panic spread through the chamber. Several younger rulers had never even believed humans were real. To them, humanity had always been nothing more than an old legend. Now, that legend was breathing again. Far away, Ethan stood quietly beside the ruins of the Statue of Liberty. Only half of it remained above the water. He slowly touched the weathered stone. His mother had once promised to bring him here after his exams. That day had never come. He looked toward the horizon. "I don't even know why I survived." The bunker AI answered through a small communication device. "You survived because humanity believed someone had to remember." Ethan smiled sadly. "I'm not a hero." "No, you were never selected to become one." "Then why me?" Several seconds passed before the AI answered. "Because your father changed the evacuation list." Ethan froze. "What?" He removed his own name. "He placed yours in the final cryogenic chamber. He chose your future instead of his own." Ethan slowly closed his eyes. His father had known. He had always known. The shelter only had room for one more person, and he had chosen his son across the galaxy. The news escaped before the council could stop it. Within hours, every news network carried the same impossible headline. The last human has been found. Billions stopped whatever they were doing. Restaurants, factories, mining colonies, military fleets, entire planets watched live broadcasts. Experts argued endlessly. It has to be fake. No organism survives 5,000 years. Someone created human DNA artificially. Others weren't convinced. One elderly historian quietly whispered during an interview, "If this report is true, history is about to change." The Galactic Council called an emergency meeting. 87 emperors filled the chamber. The discussion quickly turned into shouting. "We must capture him." "No. We must protect him." "Destroy him before someone uses him." Another emperor slammed his fist onto the table. "Do you fools remember the prophecy?" The room became silent. No one liked discussing the prophecy, because nobody understood it. Thousands of years earlier, when humanity disappeared, an ancient machine hidden beneath the council had activated. It displayed only one sentence: "When the last human returns, the true king shall rise." Nobody knew what it meant. Most believed it was symbolic. Others considered it meaningless. Now, for the first time, those words no longer felt like mythology. Deep beneath the Grand Council, inside a forgotten chamber sealed for over 4,000 years, ancient machinery suddenly came alive. Golden lights illuminated walls no living being had seen in ages. At the center of the room, a massive throne slowly emerged from the floor. Unlike every other piece of technology in the galaxy, this throne didn't resemble alien engineering. It resembled human design. Elegant, simple, powerful. Ancient letters carved into the armrests began glowing. The council's translators immediately failed. No language database recognized the symbols. Only one sentence translated successfully: "Awaiting the last human." The guards stepped back in fear. One whispered, "It was waiting all this time." Meanwhile, Ethan had no idea any of this was happening. He spent the next several days exploring Earth's ruins. He searched libraries, museums, underground bunkers. He wanted answers. Instead, he found memories. A small teddy bear inside an abandoned apartment. A school classroom where children's notebooks still lay on dusty desks. A family restaurant with untouched birthday decorations. Every place reminded him. Humanity had not disappeared because it failed. It had disappeared because it chose to protect something greater than itself. On the 7th day, the bunker AI interrupted his thoughts. "Ethan, I've detected incoming ships." He looked toward the sky. Bright lights appeared among the clouds. 1, 10, 50, then hundreds. The stars themselves seemed to move. An enormous alien fleet entered Earth's orbit. Ships the size of cities blocked out the sunlight. Thousands of smaller fighters surrounded the planet. Earth had not seen visitors in 5,000 years. Now, the most powerful civilizations in existence had arrived together. Not to conquer Earth, to find one human. A gigantic silver vessel descended slowly through the clouds. Its landing shook the ground. A doorway opened. Rows of armored alien soldiers stepped out first. Behind them walked the Emperor of the Galactic Council himself. He was over 3 meters tall. His crown contained fragments of collapsed stars. Entire civilizations obeyed his commands. Yet, the moment he saw Ethan, he stopped walking. The Emperor stared silently. Ethan stared back. Neither spoke. Finally, the Emperor did something no one expected. He slowly removed his crown. Then, he knelt. Every soldier behind him froze. No emperor had knelt before anyone. In over 30,000 years, Ethan looked completely confused. "What are you doing?" The Emperor lowered his head. His voice trembled. "We don't know, but the ancient laws command us to kneel before the last human." The surrounding soldiers looked at each other in disbelief. Some hesitated. Then, one by one, thousands of alien warriors lowered themselves to one knee. Above them, hundreds of warships transmitted the same signal. Across every screen in the galaxy, people watched in complete silence. The impossible had happened. the most powerful ruler in existence, had bowed before an ordinary 19-year-old human, and deep beneath the Galactic Council, the ancient throne finally awakened. Its systems announced only 4 words: "The king has returned." As the ancient throne awakened, every emperor across the galaxy bowed their heads. The last human wasn't chosen because he was the strongest. He was chosen because humanity had never ruled through fear, but through hope. On that day, the galaxy didn't just find its king. It rediscovered the meaning of humanity, and among the endless stars, a new era had finally begun. If you enjoyed this HFY story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more epic sci-fi adventures. Until next time, keep looking to the stars, because the greatest stories are still waiting to be told.